Hey y'all, what's up? So I'm gonna jump back into it. So I was on earlier and then I had to get off because I wasn't feeling good. But I figured out what it was and I just had to sit back for a second, take a deep breath, drink some water, and get back in the game. So where we left off at is knowing your cues, right? Knowing your cues when God is telling you to do something, knowing your nudges, when He's speaking to you, when it's time, and as they say, intuition, right? So having intuition and knowing your cues. And that's something that you learn once you start healing. You start understanding and knowing His voice. And when He's talking to you, when He's not talking to you, what you need to do and what you don't need to do. When you get those anxiety feelings, that butterfly in your stomach when certain people come around, you'll know exactly what that means. You know what I mean? It's you start to trust your intuition. You start to trust who you are. You start to trust that, okay, God, you got my back. You have my best interest at heart. Even though we know that, but sometimes we need to be reassured. And the reason why we have to be reassured, give me one second, have my best interest at heart. Even though we know that, but sometimes we need to be reassured. And the reason why we have to be reassured, give me one second. I'm sorry, I had to put it on Do Not Disturb. The reason why we need to be reassured is because as we grew in our environment of where we grew up, right? What happened is it became a lot of self-doubt. You start questioning yourself because of your environment, whatever you're going through, or whatever it may be. However it was in your household, right? Or when you used to speak up, people would shut you down. So then you just didn't trust that's what it was. Or then some people tried to make you feel kind of crazy for feeling that type of way. Well, that's not even the case at all. So that's where we left off at. So that was my testimony within it. It was a testimony within the testimony because I always tell you guys that I know when God talking to me. I know when it's time for me to go. I only come on live when I got something to say. If I don't have nothing to say, I don't come on live. I just don't believe in wasting people's time. However, I do believe in helping the next person understand who they are and whose they are, right? And how to get into that next phase of the healing journey, which is the self-love journey, right? So with me earlier, like I said, I was on, something just came over me. Well, and it wasn't that something came over me because I was just fine. I'm not sick. I was just fine, but I already know my cue and I know when it's time for me to disconnect. Hey, Tanya. And I know when it's time to disconnect. So in the mix of everything that was going on, I had to disconnect because had I stayed on live, I'm going to tell you how that would have went. I'd have got on live, did my thing with you guys. I would have got off and I'd have took a shower and I went straight to bed. However, I would have missed the most important email that for something that I need with the deadline being, coming up. So it wasn't, it was just more of him trying to get my attention because this is where I'm supposed to be. But like I said, it's a testimony within a testimony. And I only share my testimony with you guys, one, because I'm supposed to, two, so you can understand that you got to just have faith in everything you do. That's the purpose of a testimony, so someone else can believe. So I'm very transparent with you guys. I let you guys in, whatever it is that I'm going through. I may not tell you everything about me because my every testimony is not just for any and everybody. Your testimony that you go through is just not for everybody. It's not for everybody. You know what I mean? God to tell you when it's time. Sometimes we get diarrhea of the mouth and we want to just talk about how good or how great something is or what's going on with us, and we thinking there's no harm behind it, but it's a lot of harm behind it. Do you understand? That's why it's so important for your testimony to go to the right people and not to everybody. And I always get an example of the ones that when they go to church and they say, okay, anybody got a testimony? Everybody stand up and they raise their hand. They go ahead and pass the mic. Deacon such and such passing the mic to such and such. And then you get the mic and you so excited because this happened to you and you know that this is a miracle and you know you need to share it. Everybody else sharing their testimony and everybody's clapping like, whoo, yes, oh my goodness, God is so good. But then they get to you and you tell your testimony and it's just like everybody like, all right. And they say, all right, sister, go ahead and pass the mic to brother such and such. And then you be sitting there. Motivation Michelle, I'll tell you why I'm back on later. Listen, because all she going to do is get me. And then you pass the mic to, and they pass the mic past you, and then you sitting back like, dang, but my testimony, though, nobody cared about my testimony. And then you start thinking that your testimony is so small. You start thinking that it's not as big as it really is, and you hold it back, and you don't share with anyone. And the reason why you don't share with anyone, because in that moment, you felt like it wasn't that big, and that's not what is the case. The case is that it wasn't for you to share it with them. You have to know who to share your testimony with. God will use you as an example to allow you to show up, right? In the moment that somebody's going through something. Have you ever just been minding your own business, or are you sitting around going through and you just get somebody come through and just start talking? They start speaking a thing. Have you ever just jumped on a live and it's like, dang, just what you're going through. Hey, Naisha, just what you're going through. That person start talking about it. And the reason why that person start talking about it, because that message was for you. It wasn't a coincidence for you to just jump on and you just, you asked God a question, but you were too busy in your mind to hear the answer. So he had to direct you to a live, to a sermon, to a video, to a TV show. You don't even watch TV, but on this day, at this moment, what you needed to hear was right there. You just asked God, hey, God, am I ever going to have my business in the back of the truck as you drive it? It's a big old YES, and you like, wait a minute. Okay, God. A-Town, what's up? I ain't seen you in a long time. A-Town, what's up? And that's what you go through, right? And you be sitting back like, well, God, thank you, God, you was right on time. And then you start giving the person that gave the sermon or everything else the praise instead of giving God gratitude. Like, God, thank you so much for showing up for me right on time. Now I need to tune into God's frequency, which is love. Tune into his frequency, right? Once I tap into his frequency, I need to learn my cues. What are my cues when you're talking to me, God? What are my cues when you are saying yes? What are the cues when you are saying no? What are the cues, Lord God, when I ask you to guide my footstep? What are the cues? So just like earlier, I was on and all of a sudden I couldn't even focus. I couldn't connect. And as I always tell you guys, this is so funny. Just a synchronicity. But as I tell you guys, I only come on if I got something to say. If I ain't got nothing to say, then I don't have anything for you. Listen, go ahead. Your man's right here. Listen. And I couldn't connect. And I'm like, what is going on? And all of a sudden, I felt this tiredness. Listen, you would think that I am about to go in labor. We've been talking about that, right? That, oh, I can't do nothing. All you can do is just sit there. Matter of fact, that's that first trimester. When you just sitting there, you don't know what's going on. You just like, ugh. I just felt tired, like I just got beat up. But it's not that I was tired. I'm sitting there like, God, okay, what's going on? But guess what I didn't do? I did not go on in a conversation with you guys to lead y'all off my own understanding, because he has something for me. And the testimony is within the testimony. So like I said, if I would have stayed on live with you guys, I would have missed what was meant for me in this email that I received, and I would have missed to reply because it was in the crunch time of the moment. I would have been so frustrated had I not got that, because I would have went straight to sleep. You see how God works? So because I know my cues, I was able to shut down and not go and say, but I went and sat back like, all right, God, what you got for me? What is happening in this moment? So now I'm excited. I'm up and I'm ready, because once I did what I was supposed to do, now it's like, go ahead and do this job, because now guess what we've been talking about? The testimony in what's going on. It's the cues, understanding your cues and understand when it's time for you to sit this one out, or when it's time for you to go right ahead, when it's time for you to jump. So what are you talking about jumping? Well, let's talk about that business. You've been sitting around asking God for a thing. God, I want all this money. I want this. I want this. I want this. And he give you a multi-billion-dollar idea, and then you sit on it. And what we were talking about is you sitting back smoking with your friends like, hey, man, I got this idea, man. You know what? This what we should do. And then you go talk to somebody else about it, and then all of a sudden the $1 billion idea that God gave you, because that's your inheritance, right? All he doing is reintroducing you to you, like, hey, this is who you're supposed to be. So now you go invite everybody else, like, hey, you and you know what we should do? Yeah, you. And then this person take it, run with it, and try and make it work for them. And it's not going to work for them, right? But they're going to be successful in getting it started, but it's not going to last forever, because what's for you is for you. God gave that idea to you. Yeah, you went and gave it to the enemy. Yeah, you did. But guess what they did? They're going to open that business outside of God's will. And therefore, they have to maintain that business outside of God's will. God is not going to bless anything. He didn't give it to you. You stole it, you thief. You think I'm going to bless you and you took it from him? See, the whole time people are so busy taking from the next person They so busy for taking from the next person, trying to take their idea, trying to take their identity, trying to do these different things. To these people, they're so busy doing that when the whole time you trying to take from me, and all mine is, and my idea is a $50,000 idea. But your idea that God gave you, but you don't think you good enough to do it, is a multi-billion-dollar idea that's going to go for generations and generations and generations and generations. Thank you for the like, shares, and the follows. Listen, but you're too busy trying to take mine, and you sold yourself short. When your potential, who you were supposed to be, you gave up on that. You didn't even think you was good enough for your own stuff. This so you don't think you good enough? Then why should anybody else? And so now you take someone else's idea, you take someone else's project, and you become that. You pretend and become that. You just morph into a whole nother person. See, let me explain how that works. When you decide to try and become the other person. Well, it goes like this. It goes with obsession. Right? In order for me to want to be you, I have to be obsessed with you. See, where it starts from is jealousy. A lot of people don't like to say jealousy. They like to say, well, I ain't jealous. I just don't understand. Or I just don't this. But let me explain how jealousy go. Jealousy is the root. Let's put that as the root. That's the root. That's the thought that whatever you think, whatever you process becomes reality. So jealousy becomes the root. And what grows from the root end up becoming what? Envy. It has its own branch. The enviousness, becoming envy of that person. The obsession of that person. The sabotaging of that person. All these things start to grow from that root. From that one seed, that seed of jealousy, right? So now, instead of I want to take from you, now instead of man, I wish that was me, now it's I want to take from you. Okay, I'm going to take this. It starts small. I'm going to take this. Then I'm going to take a little bit of that and take a little bit of that. And then I'm going to become. And then I'm going to feel. Then I'm going to speak like you. Then I'm going to look like you. Then I'm going to do my hair like you. And before you know it, all of a sudden, I'm slowly morphing into you in front of your friends. But you don't see it because of the fact you're so focused on being loyal. Everybody else around you see it. Everybody else around you will say, something wrong with that one. That ain't right. What's up with that one? Everybody else can see it, but you're so busy focusing on the purpose and what it is that you're trying to do. You don't even realize the person that you've been friends with all your life, that sibling that you've been around all your life, that family member, whatever it is, it does not matter. That coworker, that manager, whatever it is, has been hating you since day one. They just could never say it because they'll get frowned upon, because then they hit you with the, what I'm jealous of you for. Well, whenever a person hits you with the, and what I'm jealous of you for, you know they already got a problem with you. Because if somebody come to me and say, oh, you jealous of me? I don't even have words for it. I don't have a conversation for it because, matter of fact, we're not even talking the same language. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? I'm not just to figure out and try and figure out why you feel this way. I'm not just to break it down and why you feel. I don't care. I don't give a damn what you got going on. I don't care. I don't care enough to speak about it. If that's how you feel, I'm moving on. If that's how you think, I'm moving on, because you're not going to project what you're feeling and thinking onto me. And that's how you have to look at it. So in the times when people are trying to morph into you, right? You started off doing this and now they're doing it. It's okay. Your job is not to go to them and say, you acting like me. No, your job is to continue to do you and operate in your purpose. Because when you start operating in your purpose, you're in high vibration. And when you're in high vibration, you can't be touched. It's nothing that can touch you. A curse, anything that can touch you. I don't care if they are the best witchcraft witches out there and they've been doing it for 20 something years and they just off into it and they so strong. But if your vibration is high, meaning you operating in your purpose, you cannot be touched. Jesus could not be touched. Everybody knew who Jesus was. And it's not that he's something special than us. It's just the fact that his vibration was so high, it was not of this world. Therefore, you can't touch me. You can come around me. You can say things about me. You can pull me down, but you cannot touch me. It's nothing that you can do that can destroy anything that I have going on. However, it's the moment that I respond, or the moment that you respond to a thing is when you break that low vibration. The only response that you should give anybody that's trying to attack you is for you to stand in your power. Now, when you're standing in your power, that don't mean going there shaking your neck and talking about you can't come up against me because God got me. God got me. I'm filled with the Spirit, and I got that. Pump your brakes. Hold on. Move to the side. When I say stand in your power, that means you are standing totally in your purpose. So I don't have to curse you out. I don't have to yell at you. I don't have to scream at you. What I'm going to tell you is going to hurt your feelings. And baby, I ain't going to hold your hand. But what you're not going to do and what you can never do is be in my space ever again. I'm going to disconnect myself from you. And I don't care if you have a great day or not. You don't have to tell them, have a blessed day. That is not my job for you to have a blessed day. My job is to disconnect, retrieve all my energy. You are not allowed to tap into anything within me or around me. When you stand in your power, that means that now you become the power source, right? You're connected to the power source, but in this moment, when you stand in your power, because you're connected to the power source, you become the power source. So everything around you cannot plug into you. Everything will already know, let me go ahead and take my charger somewhere else, because I know they ain't going to let me plug my charger in there. It's like you just out on the street talking about going to the restaurant. Can I just charge my phone? Hell no. That's how that is. And that's how people are going to see you. They're not going to want to plug in. They're going to already know. Matter of fact, they're going to walk away. They're just going to stop talking to you. You like, what such and such go? Well, they left because you stood in your power and didn't have to say anything. Do not step outside of high vibration to address anything that's low vibration. Do you understand? Because when you do that, now you made yourself open to every attack there can be. You became an open entity to every demonic spirit that want to attack and come up against you. Every curse, every spell, everything. But the moment you raise your vibration and step into your power, which is your purpose, nothing can bother you. Yes, you're going to have darts being thrown at you. Yes, but they're not going to land. It's not going to touch you. It does not matter if you got a big red bullseye sitting so fat on your back. Guess what? Every time they throw the dart, it's going to miss you because of the fact you can be around me, but you can't touch me. I don't have to punk you. I don't have to do that. You can't touch me. You can talk about me, but those words are not going to affect me to make me stop doing what I'm doing. It's not going to make me look at myself like, dang, did I do something wrong? Or is people looking at me like this? Or is this looking at me like this? Do you understand? It's not going to happen because what God got for me is for me. But the ones that try and steal from me, I'm not even fit to chase you down. Go ahead, steal it. You got it. Because no good is going to come from that, because you got it outside of God's will. So therefore you have to maintain it and protect it outside of God's will. God will never help you maintain something that you took from somebody. So when that person all of a sudden, they threw all these things at you. If you want to know if somebody doing something to you or talking bad about you, throwing curses or whatever, this, that, and the third, watch their life. Watch their life. See, this is what I'm talking about. They running around talking about, girl, I just been sick all week. Oh, okay. Girl, I just don't even know. Oh, okay. And then all of a sudden, hey, where you at? They all in your business, this, that, and the third. You see what I'm saying? Everything that somebody's going to throw on you is going to come back to them. But you just sit back and watch. And you don't have to go back to them and say, hey, this happened, that happened. This is what's going on to me. That's why it said to keep your mouth shut. Because the moment I tell you that something you did worked on me, I'm like, oh, this, then guess what? You think you have access to me. And because we friends, I'm going to break and let you in. Right? No, we're not doing that no more. We passed that. We passed that. I don't care if y'all been friends for years. Guess what? If raise your vibration, you'll understand and see who your friends is. Y'all keep talking about some God isolated me throughout this whole time. God isolated me and removed people out of my life. He didn't isolate you. He detached you and opened your eyes, lifted the veil so you can see the people for who they are. Thank you for the gift. Thanks, Michelle. So your veil was lifted. So now that you're detached, but you're still here, but you're able to see people for who they are. Now, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? You going to cry? I cried. I did. Yep, I did. I was snotting and crying. I was dead. Crying. Hey. Because of the fact, here it is, I'm crying because why would they do me like that? I would never do them like that. And the whole time what I was doing is mourning their death from my life. Oops. Boop, boop, boop. That was it. God let us have a funeral of them no longer being in my life, being able to be attached to me. We had so many of them. I had so many funerals. Boy, I tell you what, I had so many because there was so many people that I was attached to that never meant me any good. But when God set the funeral up for the detachment, boy, let me tell you something. I ain't never think they'll do that to me. But why? Then I got tired of all the funerals. I was like, you know what? Let's just, what? You? Oh, okay. I ain't got no weeping for you. I don't have nothing for you. Because then I started to learn what weeping meant. Oh, I ain't weeping for none of y'all. When I weep, I know God answers. When I cry, I know God answers. So it says in Jeremiah, women teach their daughters to weep. And it's for a reason. Because God like to hear us, right? Have a conversation. We talking about God got my battle. Oh, baby, I'm going to go cry. It's about to be a you problem, not a me problem. See, the whole time, think about this. Listen to me and listen to me well. Let me make sure I got everybody addressed. Stage, yes. Rowan, what's up? Listen. So listen. The whole time, I'm running around here. This is how the enemy is so good. This how the enemy work. He works so well. He attacks the matriarch. Because you remember, we are the vessel. We are the vessel. We birth life. We bring life into this world, right? We are the first ones to nurture that baby. We are the first ones to teach them what right and wrong look like, love look like, whatever it is, right? We teach. So if I teach my child, because I ain't crying, if I cry, that means I got to beat you up because I only know two emotions, and those emotions is happy or angry. And right now, if I'm sad, I'm angry. If I'm confused, I'm angry. Oh, and if I cry, suit up. Suit up. Because it's about to go down. Because nobody ever told me that, hey, if you're crying, that might mean you're sad. Nope, nobody told me that. They told me angry and happy. That's how I grew up, right? So guess how the enemy attacked that? Don't cry. Don't cry. Do everything but cry. Go fight. Don't cry. Go get depressed, but you better not cry. Because it's something about the tears of a woman. The tears of a woman. When we weep, God shows up. It's nothing that you can do. I don't care if that man just went and decided to hurt your feelings, knock your head between the washer and the dryer, or whatever it was. When he walk out that door beating his chest because he done put his hands on somebody, he feeling real good. When he walk out that door, I'm already telling you, he done fell down the stairs, car won't start, getting beat up. All of a sudden, he in the bar thinking he about to chill and he get his teeth knocked out. It does not matter. At the end of the day, God is going to deal with him. Cry. That's why the enemy say don't cry. Because God shows up. Boy, when I mastered that, I said, oh, say less. God, say less. Oh, I'm the biggest crybaby. I'm going to cry about everything. Oh, I wish you would make me cry. I wish you would try me. Boy, I'm about to cry. And when I do, it's going to be on and popping for you. Not me. I'm going to be able to sit back because I did my job. I told my daddy and I told on him, and you got a problem. Something wrong with you. You did me dirty. Do you understand? That's what you need to understand. That's the point. That's the reason why the enemy don't want you to know about the crying. Go read it yourself. You're supposed to teach your daughters how to weep. They always say something about a woman's tears. When that woman covered his feet and with her tears, wiped his... It meant something. Everybody like, oh, she touching Jesus' feet. She's just touching his feet. She's crying and doing all this. Try it one day. Just all that you got built up. Just go to your room and just cry. You don't have to say nothing. See, this is the problem. This is where y'all get it twisted at. Let me tell y'all how y'all do it. Because it's my testimony. Because I did it. When I did cry, when I would go home and cry, I would tell myself, now see, I'm controlling the cry. I'm controlling how the emotion, excuse me. I'm controlling the feeling, but having a different emotion to it. So now I'm speaking and saying, oh no, I'm so sick of this guy. Why is me? And I'm crying, but I'm pointing fingers. I'm blaming. I'm trying to tell what's happening to me. God don't need to hear all that. You know what God need to hear? say less. He don't need to hear nothing from you. Don't, because what you speaking out your mouth is all physical. What he needs is your spiritual. So you said what? That's why it says don't mourn the Holy Spirit. Let me explain something to you, because the Holy Spirit is so sensitive. God played no games about the Holy Spirit. If the Holy Spirit mourn, man, I guess you should go ahead and get your tombstone ready. Because he played no games, because it is a sensitive being. Now, how do you understand what Holy Spirit is? I'm going to tell you right now. It's a book called Good Morning, Holy Spirit. Get that book and it'll break it down to you of how it gives the Holy Spirit a whole identity. Because we always look at the Holy Spirit. Oh, that's Jesus. That's Jesus. I'm stupid. They won. God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit is one. Okay. It's the same person. Right. Okay. But you got to be baptized by the Father, the Son, and the Spirit. But whatever. Okay. Get to know these things for yourself. We'll get into that in another topic. I think I'm going to do a podcast on that one. But anyway. So if he is serious about the Holy Spirit, do not, mourn the Holy Spirit. Now, you, the woman that he created. Let me explain to you why you're so important, women. And if I have men on here that's married or in a relationship with a girl, and that girl getting on your nerves so bad, you sick of her. But you like, I love her big head, but she just get on my nerves. I mean, her bonnet be stinking. Y'all like, but at the end of the day, what I need you to understand is that ain't your person. You holding on to something and trying to nurture something that ain't for you. You complaining about a man or complaining about that woman, and it ain't that one. That's not your person. That's why when people get out of them long 20-year relationships and then they find the person next week and they get married, and now you all in, I've been with you for 20 years. And then you go call yourself crying out to God, and God like, no, listen, sweetheart, you created that outside of my will. So you have to maintain that outside of my will. Now, when you let that go, then I'll bring you back over here and help you heal so you can get the person that you were supposed to get. Because you were supposed to spend them 20 years with that person, but you chose to spend it with him. See, now he was with you, he was learning, or she, it doesn't matter, let's talk about it, was learning how to become a better person off your back. Because he's trying to please you. So he's learning to become a better person. She's learning to become, more independent. They're using you for the stepping stone so they can get where they're supposed to be. For the healing. Now they're healing. And then all of a sudden the veil is lifted on their eyes. And they're like, oh, you're not my person. And it's like they just leave you. And it's just like, wait, you like that? You couldn't give me a conversation. You just don't. It's just so cold. Yeah, because once the veil is lifted, and like I explained yesterday, we talked about that. Once the veil is lifted, you become disconnected. Now, what I mean by disconnected, you have people that say isolation. I tell you guys, we use the right words over here. We're not isolating none. God don't isolate. Isolation causes depression, anxiety, all type of things. That's not of God. God adds and multiply. What God will do is disconnect you and allow you to still be present with what's going on. But however, when he disconnects you, he disconnects your feelings to those things. Because he's lifting your veil. That's like when the veil is lifted, your feelings to those things are now no longer. Because now you see everything for what it truly is. So now when that person leaves and they just go on to the next person, is because the veil had been lifted and they are easily able to disconnect. Get up off me. You don't belong to me. Dang, I can't believe I stayed with you that long. Oh my God. Have you wore that wig the entire time? Jesus. Gotta go, okay? I'm not going to sit here and explain anything, because once the veil is lifted, you realize that you don't owe anybody an explanation to anything. You realize your worth now, and you realize that was just not where you were supposed to be. So in the mix of that person, until you decide to heal, you're going to be stuck in a cycle. Still trying to pressure somebody to be with you. Still talking about some, man, she get on my nerves, man. He get on my nerves. I can't stand the way he breathe. His breathing be Nobody want that. Like, ugh, right? But I love him. No, he take care of his kids and he makes sure I'm good. But it's just the way he breathes. Like his Adam apple be shifting. I don't know. You know? No. It's not for you. And that's what you have to stop being loyal to someone's potential. That's their potential. That potential mean that they're capable of being there, but they probably ain't gonna make it. Somebody ain't gonna make it. They probably ain't gonna never make it to their true potential because they don't even believe in themselves. They're only believing in having that small self-esteem because of the fact you're still there. And they look at you and they like, oh man, she's so pretty, or oh, he's so fine, and he chose me, and therefore that little bit gave them that little bit of self-esteem. But ain't it funny when you get with somebody and all of a sudden, you know, ain't nobody want them. They didn't look good at all. No, they running around, I'm fine. No, none of it's true. It's not true. None of it's true. It's not true at all. No. It's not true. It's just the fact that you got with her or you got with him and you became fine. And because it's the energy of the person that you was with. Now, let's use an example. My energy is what attracts everything. It does not matter what you think or how you see me. I'm going to pull it. I'm going to pull all the abundance. I'm going to pull the dudes. I'm going to pull girls too. They be coming, but I don't like girls. But however, you know, hey, nothing against that. That's not my thing. I'm going to pull anything, my bag, everything comes to me. It comes find me. I don't have to find anything because my energy, I'm done stood into my purpose and my power. So everything looks for me. It come and find me. It checks on me. It comes back in like, hey, big head, how you been? Ew. No, we're not doing that. So then they come and find me. They're going to come. Listen, I build it. I stand in my power and my purpose. They will come. If y'all haven't followed, go ahead and follow. Listen. Thank y'all for the likes, shares, and the follows as well. So they're going to come. I don't worry about anything. So that person that had the low self-esteem and didn't feel like he was good enough or she was good enough, when they step into your life, all of a sudden oh, you out here cheating? Oh, you cheating on me? Wait. Ooh. When I met you, your teeth were scattered. They was throwing up gang signs in their mouth. And you have the audacity to cheat on me. I've been faithful to you. And that's how it happens, right? It's because they got a sip of your energy. And they realize, oh, snap, I can pull her. Psh, I'm bad. I got it. No, you don't. I got it. But however, let me explain to you about this energy. Don't go talking about some, see, and it's another thing. Y'all just listen to anything. Y'all listen to Coach Nine. Stop listening to everybody else. When they say, I stand in every dimension and call my power back. I call my power back from this. I don't want it back. Listen, do you understand when you plug your phone up into the wall and it gets to 100% and it goes low? The wall outlet don't say, hey, we need, the power company ain't like, hey, we gonna need that power back. No. They let you have it because they know you eventually gonna run out. So listen, let them have it, because if you call it back, then guess what? Now it's gonna come back with him, Shakita, Shaquita, Shanae, Shabebe, Juju now, and might be Derek too. I don't know. But at the end of the day, all that energy is coming back. Attachments attached to it. I don't want it. Keep it. Because just like I gave it to you, you're eventually going to run out. I talk about that in my book, Trinity Walk to Self-Love. It's the journal. It's energy pull. It's energy pull. And it's learning how to have your gray areas as well. But this is energy pull, knowing how much to give and when to cut it off. No, don't call nothing back. Don't be sitting around talking about, y'all, we going to make it big. If we, I don't know if it's still out there, that $1.3 billion Powerball. Like, oh, if I get it, you going to get some, you going to get some. And guess what? They all like, yes, sir, because I'm going to suck you dry. I'm taking all that money, baby. I'm about to flip it and make some CDs, baby. I'm about to flip it and sell some doggone tires. Yes, sir. We're going to sell some t-shirts. Yes, we are. I'm going to get my rap career off the ground. Dead Broke Records Production. That's going to be the name of it. Oh, you know what else? I'm going to turn the bank into a trap house. Boom. We going to do it. They can't wait to tear up your stuff. And y'all listen to the song, Everything Attached to Me When. I don't want nothing attached to me. Because yes, they will win. They're going to suck you dry. They're going to take everything from you. And the key word is they will win. The key word is they will win. Me, I'm going to be sitting around somewhere in the corner, sucking my thumb, looking crazy, talking about, I don't know how this happened. How did I do this, God? God, why did you let this happen to me? I'm such a good person. I gave everything. Yeah, but you did it outside of my will, so you're going to maintain it outside of my will. So go on back in the corner, suck your thumb, until you decide, hey, I'm going to disconnect from all this. No, it's everything I touch is going to win. Everything that I decide that's going to be in my life is going to win. Nothing can touch me now. Nothing can stop me because I'm all the way up. I'm feeling like Remy right now. I might break down in a rap. Hold on, hold your horses. I can't rap. But listen. So we go and we're going to go and we're going to go, right? No, you ain't attaching to me no more. I'm not letting anything attach to me anymore because I can't be touched. And it's not that I don't want you to attach to me. It's just that you can't attach to me. Once you step into your purpose and once you step into your power, and your power is your purpose, meaning that you operating at the highest vibration, right? In your Christ consciousness, your highest vibration, meaning that you are no longer attached to anything that's going on here in this of what you've been knowing, the world that you've been knowing. And when I say the world, I'm not talking about y'all about the matrix out. I'm not talking about we got this and that. What I'm saying is right now, everything starts with mind. So what's happening here in the vibration of the low vibration mindset and the high vibration mindset? Here we got it, right? If I'm up here, how can I maintain or give a care about anything that's going on down there? I'm not going back. That's just like you being in high school and you worrying about kindergarten homework. Boys, you crazy? You done lost it. Do you understand? Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the shares. Thank y'all for the follow. So no, I'm not doing it. So in this moment, I can't be touched. I can't be touched. You can throw it at me. You can do whatever you want because that's your job. Your job is to be your true, authentic self. But a lot of us live in a lie. I lived a lie for years. I lived a lie of people pleasing, thinking that I'm supposed to always help everybody. I thought that, okay, if I mistreat people, I'm going to get punished. And, these people that's mistreat me, I still got to forgive. That forgive 77 times, 77,000, 77, 100, whatever it is. I got to keep forgiving you. What I lived the lie of thinking is that I had to forgive you because once I forgive you, you can come back into my life. He doing good again. He ain't cheating today. He ain't cheating today. I like him. I love him. Yep. Girl, we was watching Sesame Street this morning. We sure was. See, we had to take it back to our childhood. He loved me, Whenever a man could just sit and watch your cartoons with you, that means you are the one. That means it ain't nobody else. Yup. He ain't cheating on me today. I forgave him. Well, 12 hours later, I cannot believe he just cheated on me. Girl, he been cheating on me the whole time. The whole 12 hours he been back in the house, he done cheated on me. Oh, my God. I found the girl under my bed. Lord have mercy. Do you understand? Y'all go back because, he's going to ask you for forgiveness. And you're going to say, okay. God said to forgive. And then you at church with your friends, fellowshipping, because all the women in the church, all the deacons, 9 times out of 10, not all of them, but 9 times out of 10, they done all went through their little phase of it. They done had babies. Even the pastor, the bishop up there too, he done had outside babies too. So all of them that had babies, they went through their whole phase. Now they are back and they like, you know what, I love my wife. I want to give honor to God and honor my wife right here. Because without this lady, because she forgave him 750 times and kept going and forgiving him and coming back. But guess what? She don't like him. She totally hates him. But God said, I'm not supposed to hate. So I love you. So you're fake. No, you're not happy. You're not happy. You're putting on the front because this is what everybody think that forgiveness mean, to come back to me. No, forgiveness mean to let it go so you won't harvest no hate. So you won't do anything sinful like go with none of that, right? No. Let that go and go heal. And when a person come back like, I just want to apologize. Okay. Let me tell you how that go. A lot of people, well, you got to accept it because that's God. Like, that's not true. That's a lie. None of it's true. None of it's true. What that means is you come and you apologize to me. Okay. The apology is for you. You don't want to feel guilty. I don't. You did wrong. It's for you. So you can go heal. Do you forgive me? No, I don't. Like, no. No. No, I don't forgive you. And because people take it like if you don't forgive, then that means you're holding hate. That does not mean that. That's not what that means. It just means that no, I don't forgive you. Doesn't mean I hate you. Doesn't mean I'm about to go to hell because I don't forgive you. No. That, what you're asking me to do is forgive you for breaking my heart and coming to me and challenging me and making me feel small and making me feel like I'm the one that's not, or I'm less than, or I'm, no. You guilty. You forgive yourself. I don't let that go. I don't accept it that those things happen because it's part of healing. I accepted that those things happen. Now I move on to my healing. Okay, let's look at it like this. Yeah, I forgive you. All right, good. Okay. Now what? What does that mean? What you did is just soothe that person that was guilty. That was their way of putting it back on you. So therefore, if they do this, then they can sleep at night. They feel a little bit better on the inside. Man, get your big, bruh, get away from me. Don't talk to me. Nope. Get away from me. Go ahead on. Talk to Jesus. Because I had to. That's what you had to understand. People, I had to go heal. So what give you the right to come into my life unhealed and not go through the work that I had to go through? It's not fair. And what makes it right for a person that you have healed to accept somebody else back that ain't trying to, and you bring them into your life? Well, God, you just started the cycle all over again. Now y'all about to go, just call it the heal and repeat cycle. Heal, mess up, repeat. Heal, mess up, repeat. Get in the cycle. Get in the wash cycle. Because that's all that's going to happen, right? So, wait, let me make sure I ain't missing nobody's comments because, I'll be going. Thank you for liking my live. Thank y'all for the likes, shares, and the follows. Oh, Naisha, what's up, girl? Amen. All right, Jay. So, listen, in this season and in this time, listen, it's all about you. What do you want? Ladies, learn how to cry. Husbands, I'm telling y'all right now, men that's out there that y'all sitting here playing with these women, and they listening to my live, come to my live, and I'm teaching them how to weep. It's not gonna look good for you. It's not gonna be a good look for you, bruh. So I suggest you learn how to just be honest. Just be honest. Go to them. If you want to smash, then go and say, hey, girl, look at you across the room. Because I've been stalking and staring at you for the past week. Every time you come in this gym, I see you. I want to smash. And she's going to say either me too or no. Let it be. But don't come into a life with, I done met so many guys that I don't know. This is the craziest thing to me. I don't know what it is. Every guy that I have met, they all have a business that does not exist. I don't know if they just, I know what it is. Like I said, your energy will speak for you. Your spirit will always show up no matter where you go. Because they always show up with a business. Oh, no, I got this business going on. I got this. Oh, okay. Yeah, man. I got a farm down in California. Oh, okay. Do you know everyone around in my surrounding area, all of them, they got a farm somewhere in California. They got their own farm. No, mine's the one that ain't burned up yet. They got their own farm. They got car washes, detailing. I had this one guy lost so much grade day, it became very funny to me until I just couldn't take it no more. And I was just like, you know what? You're just a liar. He wasn't expecting me to be so bold. I was like, dude, all you do is lie. Why do you lie? That joke even went as far as to say that he manages projects at a place. No, what you are is the customer service guy. What you are is when they call you, you pick up that phone and you direct them to the right person. Please move. He had a detailing business. I said, okay, because that was his hook to get me because my car needed to be washed. I had just ran it through something. But anyway, who washed your car? Oh, okay, here we go. But I'm going to play the game like I don't know what's going on. Go over my head. Hey, how you doing? I'm looking for a new place I can take my car and get washed. Yep. I detail cars. All right, well, give me your car. I ain't got none on me right now. Okay, let me keep going. Keep this going because it's funny to me. Okay, so we talk, and I'm like, all right, so what do you do? Oh, I ain't got none of my equipment. I was like, all right. So I let him talk because now we went from that to he build houses. Because what happened is one day he was walking down the street, they was building a house, and one of the bricks fell down, and the guy was like, hey, grab me that brick right there. And he ran real fast, grabbed the brick, gave it to him, and now all of a sudden he built houses now. So now he talking about, I do a lot of laying of floors, you know what I mean? Because he was with his uncle one time because his uncle was laying some floors, and he told him to run back to the car and get that other box of wood, and he did that, and now he laid floors. Do you understand? So I just let this go on because now I'm listening. I'm very entertained because a lot of people think I'm naive because I don't say anything. I just sit there because they sound so dumb. But anyway, for me it's like, oh, it's so cute. Listen to this. They're really trying to impress me. So here it is. Now he going on, and I said, okay, cool. I'm into all this type stuff. This do it yourself type stuff, this home improvement style. I love this. I was like, so have you ever done this? Because if you know me and you understand, you get to see some things that I do. I do everything. I work on everything. And it was like, oh yeah, but I don't do that no more. I don't work on houses no more because I'm doing this. I was like, okay, so anyway, for the main topic that we got together, of conversating. So what days do you detail car? You know what? Because that joker said his daddy has his pressure washer that lives in Georgia. So now I'm entertained even more. I was like, so I don't understand. Why would you ask me? And then he goes on and on. I said, okay. He was like, well, okay, you got a pressure washer? Well, actually I do. So what day are you going to come wash my car? You understand? I told you all that because it's funny to me. People will overly try to impress you just to get to know you when all he had to do is say, hey, I'm attracted to you. I don't know what else to say. Listen, I ain't got nothing going for myself, or I got this going for myself, or this is who I am. Look, man, because it's so much hard work to keep up a lie, because I listen to people and I let them talk. And then I let them tell me the same story but a different way the next time. And I listen. But I never bust them out. That was the old me. See, that was the low vibrational me. I never wanted to make anybody feel, I always wanted everybody to feel, equal. I didn't want nobody to be embarrassed. But not this new me. You said what? You said what? Oh, that's not true. Because you just said this. You say what? Okay. So you know what? Yeah. I'm out of here. You're out of here. Don't talk to me. Because you sound stupid. I just don't play these games anymore. I'm not here to people please anybody. I don't care nothing about what you got going on. Yo, if this who you are, if this type of person, then be that type of person. Be who you are, because I'm going to be who I am. See, I'm no longer being fake anymore by showing up as, hey, I'm real sweet. Because I am sweet. But I'm also sour. So you keep playing with me, right? And I might hit you with the Matrix. However, listen, I'm going to come up in my true authentic self. I'm just pure. I'm just genuine. I have no motives. I have no anything. I'm just who I am. Who I say I am is who I am. Even when I was people pleaser, I was still telling them the truth about me. It's just the fact that I didn't know how to be all of me. So when they would see me, listen, they get this side of me, right? So I would lead with, no, I don't know how to cook. Do you know how many guys I got to cook for me because I said I don't know how to cook? But however, listen. But I do know this. If a man can cook a roast, guess what? That's all he can do. He can't provide. He can't do nothing else but ruin your life. But that joke can cook a roast. That's what they hook you at because they was raised by grandma. It was good though. Get out of here. Skedaddle. You trash. However, listen to me. Because I be tripping. Listen. So, I would say I don't know how to cook because I'm not a cooker. I'm not lying. I'm not a cook. I'm the more of the person that can get in the kitchen and fix something to eat. We gonna eat. We gonna eat. We gonna eat. But it's not gonna taste like my mama's food. I mean, my kid's still alive. I mean, I'm doing good. So, however, I'm not a cooker. I'm more of an outside person. So, Hey, Lola. So that's the truth. But then they judge me off of that and think that's all of me. Boy, you crazy. And then they meet me again like, I didn't know that you were that spiritual. And then they meet me again. I didn't know that you was that crazy about football. Then they meet me again like, I didn't know that you know how to fix cars. And then they meet me again like, what? I didn't know that you knew how to landscape like that. Like, and then when I invite them in, they just like, you get an interior decorator? See, you judged me off a season in my life that you thought was all of me. That's a you problem, not a me problem. Because I'm well-rounded. I'm well-rounded. That's why once they finally know who I am, like, dang, she was never lying. They always think I'm lying because what woman can do everything and have everything that I have by myself? No help, no other paychecks, no nothing. I told you I had a guy come over one time and was like, hey, all this furniture in here yours? Like, what you thought? You was coming over and I said, hey, yo. Knock on my neighbor door. Let me borrow your couch. Let me borrow your love seat. Like, dude, is you dumb? Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the... Okay, thank you, user. That's all it says, user. Last 4, 1158. Thank you. Listen. Lula. So that's what I'm saying. Like, thank you for the follow. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the shares. If y'all haven't got y'all book, it is Trinity Walk to Self-Love. It's on Amazon, Walmart, Barnes & Noble website. Hey, Will. So that's the thing. Like, they would judge me. Once they get to know, it's like, oh, she lying. She gotta be lying. There's no way. And then they find out, like, man, you really like that? Like, do you got a farm in California? Do you own California? What do you do? Well, on my downtime, I swirl around the pole. You know I ain't swirling around the pole. I can't even swirl right. Right? No. It's not what I do. Ask me what I do, and then I'll tell you. So here's the great answer to that, right? Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the shares. Thank y'all for the follow. Lovely fish 511. Why wait till you grow up? Let's be like me now. Become me. Listen. So how did I get to become the person that I am today? How was I able to obtain the things that I have? How am I able to be as successful as I am, speak the way I speak, and be bold and stand in my purpose and my power? How did I get to the point that I got this much confidence that I don't care about what anybody else say? How did I get to the point that I start putting my pride and my ego to the side? What happened? How did I get here? How did I get here? How did I get here? Right? It wasn't from dancing, because you can already see this is a bad move. How did I get here? I got here because of my belief system. I believe in God and I know who he is. When he say I am, I believe that. It wasn't about everybody else surface read. He's I am. And that's all it is to it. Nah. It's not really making me move. Even when Moses asked him, who should I tell you are, when he told him that I am, right? And it's like, when the pastor tells the story, it's like, it's not giving me the vibe that that's who I want to rock with. I mean, what are you saying? You know what? I'm going to find out who I am is myself. I'm sick of everybody else. I'm sick of all of the different names and all of the other Hebrew names and this name and that name. Call him by his name, this, that, and the other. Guess what his name is? Love. Yep. That's it. If you don't know nothing else and you can't figure out who to believe, what to believe, fall in love with love. Okay? Let me explain why, because it's the highest gift of all. That is what Jesus came to teach, love, to operate through love, tap into that frequency, because that's when you're going to talk to God. So the I am. So I said, okay, how do you get this, Nye? How do you do this, coach? How do you help? How do I get like that? Well, you have to know who I am is. See, in everything that's going on in the world, you have to remember, they'll say, God is bigger than that problem. And it don't really make you move, because it's more like a cliche, like, yeah, but my problem's still here. But if you look at it like this, I am that. That problem, I am that. The crab in the bucket, I am the bucket. The problem, I am the problem. Because if I'm the problem, then I'm already going to be the solution. See, I'm the problem problem and the solution. See, the problem, think that it's a thing. I created everything. So all these different deities and different things that you go believe in, the water, the earth, the moon, and praying to this, because he's like, I am that. I am. You say you believe in this God. I am. I am that God. You believe in the universe. I am. I created that. I am the universe. I am all things. So how can I go wrong if he's everything? So if God is control everything, if he is I am, the kingdom of God is within me. I'm created in his image. Oh my goodness, I am her. So why wouldn't I talk boldly? I got a whole team behind me. I'm talking about when I walk. You'll think I got 2 red-nosed pit bulls and 1 blue-nosed pit bull, and I'm just walking with some lions and lioness walking beside me and in front of me, and I'm just, hey, hey, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I'm just walking because I can't be touched when I'm in my power, operating in my purpose. I can't be touched. It's nothing that, it doesn't matter what you do to me. I'm going to be better than that. So whatever trap you put down for me, you put the road trap down, guess what? I'm gonna step over it. You see when they talk about in the sand print when you was going through, it was only, 1 footstep, but Jesus was with you. That's because he carried you the whole time. I don't have to worry about nothing. I'm not worrying about your traps because I'm going to get through them because I am her. That's why I'm so confident. I didn't say I'm God. I said I am her. If he is I am, and he created me. Now let's talk about women, because I got off that topic, right? I told y'all about women crying. So once I tapped into that and realized that, oh, okay, I'm not angry. Oh, you know what? Oh, you tried it. God, I'm telling. I'm telling. Out of here. Get out of here. I'm telling. I'm going to weep if I need to. And I have to remember, since I am her, why are women so special? Well, he created us from Adam. Come here, Adam. You need a helpmate. Slice him. Boom, here we come. He had to slice him. He had to put him to sleep. He had to do all these things to him. And all he did was create us perfectly. Perfectly. He didn't just rush and do something, because if we did, then we look just like Adam. We'd be 2 men looking at each other. He got an Adam's apple and I got a peach apple. I don't know. But he took his time to make sure that we're beautifully made whole. Beautifully made whole. But during birth and coming into this world, someone damaged us. Someone hurt us. Someone or somewhere made us to the point that we are not whole anymore. We became half and a piece. We become broken. How are you broken and you were whole? How are you split and you are whole? How you walking around here looking like you had a rough life? Like you worked in the field all your life. When I created you, I beautifully created you and made you whole. How does that happen? Once you start to heal, you'll understand, like, you know what? Hold on. Yo, when that veil is lifted and you realize how beautiful you are, because beauty is the eye of the beholder. It's a lot of famous people that's out here that's selling product and doing these different things and this, that, and the third, and they look like the mask from the movie back in the day. But the veil hasn't been lifted because they're stuck on low vibration and they think that's beauty, when the person that's not trying to tap into that, they looking at them like, I don't know what he want her for. Excuse me, horsehead, what do he want you? Did you look at you? Did you get up in the morning and say, okay, let me roll my chin back. Did you do any of that? Nope, you didn't. You didn't. But for some reason you think that you are little fine shit, as they say, right? No. The veil ain't been lifted yet, but when it's lifted, now behold the Lamb. Because since you hit. Do you understand? You allow people that's in low vibration to take from you and make you feel like you're not pretty enough or beautiful enough. When you the whole package, you it, girl. What they do that you it, girl. You that girl. And you don't even know it. You know why you don't know it? Because somebody that was a hater at one point in their life, because they projected all of what they feel onto you. So they didn't feel pretty, so they projected on you. Because if you feel like you're not pretty, then hey, they pretty. It's kind of like the fake it till you make it. All of them broke. All of them broke. They all put on nice clothes, go buy these expensive things. They every little dollar they get, they hurry up and go buy something to look flashy and fresh. But none of them got no money. But however, this dude right here, I ain't got no money. I can't even fill my gas tank up all the way, bruh. But you know what? I look good though. I can't even. No, I got this fancy purse, but I can't even put $100 in there. Yeah, man. Look at me. But guess what? They all faking it till they make it. Ain't none of them got no money. But then, but there's always one out the group that's the best broke one out of the whole group, because he got $5 left. Y'all ain't got no money. He got enough money to get himself in the club and buy him one drink. No, he got enough money to get in the club. Matter of fact, he ain't even got no money to get in the club. Take it back. He got the hookup to get in the club, and he can save that money so he can buy that one drink to impress that one girl, buy her one drink, and pray to God she don't say, take me to Waffle House. That joker gonna say, well, you know what? My dog just fell off the moon. I gotta go home. My mama calling me. But I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow, though. We can get up tomorrow. You know. No. That's low vibration. We ain't doing that. But yet we sit and we watch that and say, man, they got everything. They have nothing. You have everything. They have nothing. They're all over there putting their quarters together to get some squares. Get a pack of squares. They all putting their dimes and their quarters together, trying to get a pack of squares. And then guess what they doing now? I'm talking about you. And you seen her, you seen what she had on the whole time. Everything you got on is designer. It just doesn't have the big labels. Everything that you got on and everything that you doing, because I'm not one of those type people. I have a signature bag in the purse line, right? But you won't always see me wearing the signature bag, because I don't like a lot of logos. But it's just like I'm a girl, so it's like I gotta at least get one. Like I'm gonna get one. I never was a Coach girl, but I gotta get a Coach bag. I mean, that was just girl stuff, just buying stuff for no reason. I wish I could take it back. Yeah. However. But because you are in high vibration, you're not trying to impress anyone. And that's how I look at people. Don't try to impress me. Just be your true, authentic self, because I can appreciate that better. I can appreciate if you can bring something to the table versus you can't bring anything to the table other than your potential of who you could be. Because, man, I'm about to start a t-shirt business. As soon as they drop another PPP, I'm on it. Did you know that ravens can talk? You know, that's the type of stuff they be on. We ain't on that. When you're in high vibration, you don't say, I'm going to, I want to. We do that. We just get out there and do it. You want to open a business? We just go open a business. We just do stuff. They always say, you always doing stuff. They always telling me, you always doing stuff. You always doing stuff. Yeah, because I can. Because I'm about business. I'm about business. Business. Give me that ink pen. Going to get a new car. Even though I don't need it. You know, I don't sit around and do the whole, no, I'm that type of person. I wake up I just get up. I don't care if it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't care if it's a car and it just pops in my head and I want it. I may look at it and see what is, price range or something, but whatever. I'm the type of person that, hey, in the middle of we just getting off alive and I'm like, you know what, let me go to the car dealership, I want to get something, or let me go over here, I want to get that. I'm that type of person. I don't sit and talk about what I want to do. I'm about it. I go do it. Because the moment you start talking about it is the moment the enemy come in like, hey, you know you can't afford that. You can't get that. You know. You. And then you dismiss, walk away, disconnect, and you like, yeah. And then therefore you living in poverty still because of the fact, God, you think that you got to have this big amount of money to do something. No, what you have to do, because I'm telling you, this is my testimony. Y'all want to know how Coach Nye is, how she is, and get the things that she get. I told you, one, I learned how to cry. I learned how to tell God. I'm being serious. I know we joking. I know we done joked all night, but I'm being dead serious. And then I either ask him for a thing or I tell him I'm going to get it. But I know my cues. I know what he is telling me no and when he is telling me yes. I know when I'm supposed to do or say a what, right? So, okay, cool. And I go execute. My faith is the reason I have the things that I have. It's my faith. It's not the fact that the jobs and things. Yes, God bless me with those jobs. It's my gratitude of knowing. And the fact that I know that I am her, then why can't I get it? As long as whatever your heart desire, God will give you that as long as you stay in alignment. But the moment you get out of alignment, baby, you're not getting anything that your heart desire because of the fact you just showed him that as soon as you get what you want, you are not going to stand in your purpose and operate in your purpose and stand in your power and do the work that he needs you to do. You're not going to do it. You already showed him that you about to show out. Watch out. Oh, I got money? Oh, I got money and it don't smell like roaches in here or nothing? Oh, I'm showing out. You done already showed him that. So he's not going to give you anything of your heart of desire until you figure out how to balance what you want and operate in his purpose. Okay? So listen. I know I done joked out all night and had a good time. Dealt with that one before I helped him open the business and then he cheated. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and you know what? It's so many, but it's a lot of women out there that use men too like that. And you know what they say? They say like, oh, well, that's what women's supposed to do. We supposed to get over. No. Oh, it sounds good. Okay, cute. Do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. Use him up for whatever it is. Take his money. You can do whatever you want. I get princess treatment. I mean, you already just explained to people. Crack me up when women say, I want princess treatment. Well, I'm a grown ass woman. You're going to treat me like a fucking queen. And that's who I am. Period. I don't want a princess treatment. Being a queen meaning that I don't have to wait for you to open the door because you're going to do it anyway. I don't have to, he going to take me out there and pay for it. You're going to do it anyway. I don't have to worry about is this going to happen because it's going to happen anyway because I'm a queen. It's expected to happen. It's not the fact that I'm tough and I'm better than and I'm this and I'm strong or I'm this. It's just because that's who I am. So you're going to do it anyway. A princess, they still have to ask for things. Can I have some money? Queen says, you're going to give it to me anyway. And it's not because, well, she got me by the balls. No, that's not what it is. No, what it means is you're going to respect me that much. You see that I am a queen, meaning I have my own business. I run the palace. I take care of business. I'm about business. So you giving me money mean that I'm going to invest it. So yes, they're going to be so happy to give it to me. Like, girl, take my money, my house and my car. Do whatever you want. Because they know I'm about to return it with more, with interest. Because I'm an investment. That's what a queen is. So y'all running around here, I want princess treatment. And if he ain't doing princess treatment, then okay, little girl. Go. Okay. Go get her some bundles. Go get her some lash extensions. Matter of fact, let me put you up on some lash extensions. I don't wear them, but I be on TikTok enough and I be scrolling through that they got this big old case, probably about this big, full of lashes. Get her that. I think it's like $14.99 or something. And she running around, girl, he got my lashes done. Okay, little girl. Princess treatment. Baby. No. So if you think it's okay to just mistreat men and get from them and do this, that, and other, and that's fine. Do whatever you want. However, the reaping what you sow is real. The harvest season for the ones that sowed the bad seed and treated people, because you got to remember, ladies, that man is God's son. He loved him too. He loved him so much that he was willing to sacrifice him to make him happy. And created us perfectly whole. However, listen. So if that's what you want to do, be ready to deal with the consequences. Vice versa, same thing. So women, it's not all about, he gonna get what he deserved, this, that, and the third. It ain't just men out here doing people wrong. It's women out here doing men wrong. And then they sitting around like, man, I ain't never get with nobody. And then they get in the whole phobia, which is fear of love. And they just like, I don't love them because love hurt and I ain't loving no more. You didn't love anybody because love don't hurt. Listen, when you get with your person, love feel differently. You cry every time you have sex. Did you know that? Oh my God, did she say that? That's a whole nother story. Because you're with your person. It's about energy. When it flows together, that's what happens. It can't help but happen. Oh, wow. Well, so if you ain't doing all that and you with somebody, so it's another story for another time. The point that I'm trying to get to is know who you are. You want to know how I get things? I understand who I am. I stand in my purpose, stand in my power. I do what I'm supposed to do. And if he is I am, if God is I am, then I am her. He created me. I'm his daughter. And oh, by the way, another thing. And this one right here, I'm sorry, this is another thing that I know for a fact, and this is why I get everything I get. I'm his favorite, I mean, I know, that probably stung a little bit, huh? I know, I'm God's favorite. I mean, I know you've heard a lot of people say that before. Just something about me, okay? Yeah. I mean, I'm willing to share. I'm willing to. Okay, God, she could be a little bit of it. He can be a little bit of it, like a piece of like. Long as I'm number one top favor, and then they the favor. Let's not cross lines here, okay? I'm spoiled by God. Whatever I ask God for, I get. I ain't never had a problem with it. I don't ask him for something and control how it's going to get to me. I don't ask God for something and say, okay, it's going to come this way. It's kind of like this. Matter of fact, let me take that back. It did happen to me before. I would apply for these jobs. And then I go in panic mode. Thank you for following me, guys. Oh. Yes, that's right now. Now I do lashes. Send her to now. Matter of fact, I'm going to triple her price. Since she want to be a princess and you want to treat her like one. Anyway. Listen. Whatever I ask God for, he give it to me. Now you want to control the outcome. So this is how I used to control the outcome. I apply for jobs and then all of a sudden I'll go into anxiety, future thinking, and I would think like, but what if all the jobs call me? What if this job call me? Or what if I need to start packing my house. I need to do this because if they call, that means I got this and I'm going to be limited. And girl, they ain't even closed the job. The job posting is still open and you already at the U-Haul place. Like, come on back. So it's just learning how to stay present. And that's what we've been talking about. I'm talking about it yesterday, and I'm going to close out with this. Staying present. You have to forget about when you decide to heal and you decide to pour into yourself self-love. And you decide to step into your purpose, meaning that you're willing to be the person, your true authentic self, right? Your true authentic self, and go back to that childhood when you had the imagination that, oh, I was going to be a journalist. And then somebody told you because you misspell everything that you write that, girl, please. You ain't even passed. You flunked kindergarten 3 times. There's no way you can be a journalist. But God already showed you that you was going to be writing something. You just didn't know what you'd be writing, right? Because you didn't know by the time you grow up, they was going to have spell check and Grammarly and stuff like that. So now this is where you need to get back to the basics of that, right? That's what your purpose is. That's your true authentic self. It was that what you were shown back then, right? Step into that. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what it is. Step into that. And you ask God for a thing. But do not control how it's going to come in. You can't say, God, I need this, and then look for it to be everywhere. Like, I need it here. Is it going to come here? Is it going to come here? God, I want a husband. And let me explain something to y'all, too. That is of the enemy. That is of the enemy. And I ain't being funny when I say that. I teach y'all how to make sure that you're speaking the right words. Because what you think becomes your reality, right? And the reason why I say it is of the enemy, because a woman that's sitting around saying, I just want my husband, God send me my husband, my kingdom spouse is coming, my this is coming, God send this, and then they start preparing themselves because they're like, okay, he's coming, but that's not something you're supposed to worry about. See, if the enemy keep you focused on, here it is, see the wedding dress, now You going down the rabbit hole. Oh, God, I'm ready to be married. Who is my husband? And you start giving everybody a chance. You get your heart broke. Everybody except for the person that God is going to send, you're going to overlook him because, listen, I'm on a mission. I ain't got time for you right now. I got to go chase all these red flags so that they can change and heal and we get married. You see, that's why the enemy put that thought in your head, because it's not supposed to be in our head. That thought is not in our head. That's supposed to be in the man's head. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. We supposed to just be in the field doing our job like Ruth, just minding our business. We just supposed to be operating like Proverbs 31 said. Go get your business. Women, go to work. Go do whatever it is you need to do. Know how to build your own. Know how to cook. Know how to clean. Know how to do. Know how to make money. Blah, blah, blah. I just broke it down in the simplest terms so you can understand it. That's all we're supposed to be doing. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're too busy talking about some everywhere you turn. That wedding dress, my ring gonna be this big, and I'm gonna be like this, and every time that I was asked to be married and proposed to, I was minding my business. Minding my business. Because I'm not looking for it. I didn't know then, but let me tell you, when I started looking for it, oh boy, I got all the wrong jokers. I was just putting anybody in my, like, all right, let me try you out. Come here. No. Damn it. Did it again. Try not to do that. Keith Lee. Try not to do that. No. However, I've learned. I ain't looking for nothing. But it's all coming to me. You know why it's coming to me? You know why? Because I believe a thing. I ask God for a thing. He gives me a thing. I have favor. Because I am her. Therefore, I operate in my purpose. I'm not falling out of that anymore. I'm not getting off my path. I'm not getting back in low vibration. I'm going to stay here in high vibration. I'm not worrying about what the enemy is doing to me. Yes, the enemy is going to come for me no matter if I rebuke it, no matter what I do, no matter if I keep my plans to myself, no matter what I do, whatever trick, whatever secrecy you want to do, the enemy is going to still come because that is his job, is to Kill, steal, and destroy. I think I spelled that right. Kill, right? Steal and destroy, right? That is his job. So it doesn't matter what I'm doing. It does not matter what I do. He's going to come. So I'm going to let that man do his job. I'm going to let him cook. I'm going to let him cook with the confidence that I am her. You can't touch me. You can get in my way, but you can't touch me. You can be in my space, but you can't touch me. You can do all these things to me, but you can't touch me. You can't take anything from me. You can't even attach to me unless I allow you to attach to me. If I allow you to touch me. See, remember when that woman, everybody kept trying to, don't touch Jesus. I'm too silly for this, but I'm about to get off. But don't touch Jesus. All the disciples, they get up off him. Don't touch Jesus. Don't you touch him. They really didn't understand why they was protecting him so much. They think they protected him because he's so knowledgeable. He's so wise. He's a wise man. We love him. But the whole thing really is you can't really touch Jesus because he circulates his whole aura of energy. He is healing. He is love. He is peace. He is joy. He is all of these things. So when that woman touched the hem of his garment, just a piece of it, she became healed because it's in him. But something about the enemy. They got all in his face, burned in front of his face, said this, said that, but they never touched him. They always talked about him behind his back. The Pharisees, everyone talked about him behind his back. They said all these things. When he would speak, they would all shut up and listen because they like, wait a minute, how is he so wise? He got to be doing witchcraft, but they would never say it to his face. They said behind his back. When he speak, they shut up. When they was throwing stones at the lady, he said, yo, which one of y'all are without sin? Now, he's supposed to be a nobody. Who are you to talk to us like that? You said... throwing stones at her. Which one of y'all ain't saying? Which one? And they all like, shut up. Let's go on back over here. Yeah, we ain't going to throw the brick at her. We sure was. We're going to bust her head to the white meat, but we can't do it now because we're always sin. So, boom. Get him out of there. He was respected. He didn't have to do anything. He just showed up and everything just kind of shook. Like, kind of like you. When you walk into a building, everybody get it quiet, look at you. Females look upside your head. When you speak to people in passing, they don't speak back. Dudes, when you walking in the gym, all of a sudden now the dudes that was in there dropping weights and beating their chest, feeling real good with their bisalats, walking around. Now you walk up in there because you're the real deal. And the whole time you just minding your business. But now they all quiet. Now they talking about you like, yeah, he doing steroids. And he probably is doing steroids. But what you got to be in this business for? The point of it is, he couldn't be touched. The enemy could not touch him. So when you're going through, whatever you're going through, when you're operating your purpose, I'm only telling you my testimony. No, I can't be touched. There's a lot of people that throw stuff at me. They talk about me. They do all these things. But guess what? I can't be touched. It's okay. I believe that. God said he is I am. So I am her. So no. I don't address anything that is not high vibrational, because if it's high vibrational, the only thing I need to address is them asking, hey, because God sent them my way, hey, is this how we're supposed to do that? Or what advice can you give me? Or they're learning from me because I'm putting something out. In this season, I'm only surrounded by the people that I need to attach for so we can do the kingdom's business. And that's it, which is raise the vibration of love on this earth, right? Just teaching people how to love, bringing love back. Because right now, with everything that's going on in the world, everybody else is freaking out. I haven't been freaking out. I've been sitting around watching SpongeBob. Yes. I do. Oh, they got a new channel on, it's called Toon Me or something like that. And it's the old school cartoons. Woody Woodpecker and all them. I'll be watching it. Yep. Everybody else be looking at the news and looking at the stocks and stuff and trying to figure out what ain't got no followers, no likes. Yep. That's what I be doing. Watch TV, cartoons. Because it puts me in a happy place. I don't care about what everybody else thinks. They can say whatever they want. Oh, you childish. And your mama's childish too. So what? Because she had you. I could say that, but I won't. But no. I don't care what folks got to say. It's just I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I'm paying my bills. And the only person that can affect my bills is if God intervenes. The enemy can't affect my bill. God can intervene. You step out of alignment, he'll show you something. He'll get you right. So no, when I'm sitting around watching my cartoons, eating my cereal, crisscross applesauce on the couch with a blanket around me, like a toddler, because I got that childlike faith. I get to live my life. I live my life in such a youthful state. Like, no, I just relax and just enjoy life. Let it happen. Who says you got to be 44 years old walking around here talking about some, I'm a boss. I don't know what it is about women when they cross over in their 40s. Their voice changes. They get real deep. I don't know if they're smoking the cigarettes or what. I don't know what's wrong with them. It's just because the lady I was talking to, because this is how I do it. I'm a boss. Oh, okay, sir. Thank you. Carry on. Go on. Go on. I ain't gonna bother you. I'm not bothering you. Because you sound like you can fight. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. No, ma'am. Not over here. I'm okay. Go back into my own lane. Mind my own business. Do my own job. So anyway, look, I'm about to get off of here because it is late. Oh my God, it's 11 o'clock. Listen, I love y'all. I am so proud of y'all. Yeah, I'm always nice. I'm always nice. Love you more. I'm always nice. I just be joking sometimes. But listen, it's time to get off because I'm sleepy too. And I got the gym. I got stuff to do. But I love you guys. I'm so proud of you. Remember, you need to learn your cues. Matter of fact, Friday is the last day that I'm offering free first session life coaching sessions. This Friday. It's the last week that I'm doing it. This is the last week that you can book a life coaching session with me, right? A one-on-one with me under the consultation, and it's free, your first one. This is the last week of it, and then I'm doing away with that. So if you need life coaching, if you need meditation, if you need to reorganize your life, if you need help getting yourself situated on what it is you're trying to do, if you're trying to heal, self-love, whatever it is, hey, reach out to me. This is my book, Trinity Walk to Self-Love. It is on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Walmart website. Go ahead and get you a copy. The link to my website is in the bio. Go ahead to my YouTube and sign up there. I've started the season 2 episode of my podcast. Season 1 is up. I put it back up. I took it down off Spotify and put it on YouTube, but then I just put it back on YouTube. So now it's time for season 2, and I'll start slowly uploading those probably next month. But if you go to my website, I do have highlights there. I put things on my blog. Subscribe to my website so you can get all the updates that I got going on over there. Any kind of encouraging words or whatever I have, I'll put it over there, okay? I really enjoyed you guys. I am so glad you guys stayed, and I'm so glad you guys came on, and we had a great time. But remember to pour into yourself before you pour into others. It is very important to pour into yourself before you pour into others, meaning take care of you, make you happy first. Stop chasing people with their potentials. God will pour into your cup until it overflows. And once it overflows, sweetheart, that overflow is for others. That overflow is what you share with others. That what's in that cup is for you. God blessed you with that. And it's not always money. So don't equate everything with blessings to it's money. So God will send the people to you that may need that overflow. So always remember that. Don't take that overflow and just go run off with it. Trust me, I've done it a lot of times, and then I beat myself up because now somebody needed it. Now I got to dip in my own savings to give it to them because I wasn't obedient and I didn't like it. I kept doing it though. I kept on doing it until I learned my lesson. So remember, you guys, energy is everything. Energy is everything. If you have good energy, you will attract everything. It's not about money. It's not about running, chasing the job. When your energy is good, when you stepping into your purpose and standing in your power, when you decide to let go of everything that you once knew and step into a higher level of just in your higher level self, right? Your higher self. When you decide to just get on that frequency of love and just do that, guess what? Everything comes to you easily. You don't have to repeat it. You don't have to do affirmations. You don't have to do anything. It just happens. You don't have to. Affirmations are you convincing yourself that it is true. Just know that it is true. So listen, I don't chase a bag. I don't chase nothing. Everything comes to me because I understand who my God is, which is I am. And so that makes me I am her, right? So let me read this last one. How do I contact you? My name is Will. You are so welcome, Kimmy. Hey, on my website, the link is in my bio. Sign up for there, and if you want to do a one-on-one with me, like I said, this is the last week that I'm doing one-on-ones free, which you have to book it under consultation, okay? So I love you. Thanks, Nye, and you need to go to bed, Naisha, Nicole. All right, y'all. I love y'all so much, and I'm so proud of y'all. You guys be blessed, okay? Coach Nye out.